Know Your Dharma, the spiritual journey towards exploring Hinduism, learning the art of life and finding peace within oneself, with your favorite spiritual host, Dr. Kishore Trivedi from the Hindu Society of North Carolina, exclusively on Bharat TV.
Hari Om and Namaste. I welcome you to today's episode of Know Your Dharma program under the auspices of Hindu Society of North Carolina and Bharat TV. Today we have a very special guest. His name is Ed Vishwanathan, and he is the author of a bestseller book, Am I a Hindu? So the topic today is this unique book that Vishwanathan ji has put together. But before we get into the book details, let me request our guest to say a few words about himself and his journey through Dharma. Viswanathan ji, you're on.
Namaste. Thanks for inviting me. Before I start discussing all those things, I had to go through this PowerPoint presentation I made. It's only a very short to explain my ideas first. Okay. First thing, Hinduism is science, like physics, chemistry, or mathematics. It is not a religion, because religion started only 2000 years ago. Hinduism, even by Max Muller, is 6,000 years old. So it is a major mistake to say Hinduism is a religion, because when Hinduism originated, there is no word religion in the dictionary of anywhere in the world. Number two. Next one. Rishis were scientists. They are the real saints of India, and they were not preachers. Rishis had no agenda except to find out truth. They believed and followed, let noble thoughts come to us from all directions. Rishis in Rigveda did not write, let noble thoughts come to us from India alone. Next one. Most important aspect of Hinduism is absolute freedom of thoughts and actions. Because of that, even an atheist has a right to condemn Hinduism in public and still proudly say, I am a Hindu. In fact, Charvaka, the founder of atheist philosophy, said, Vedas are written by buffoons and Hindu gods are made up gods. Nobody beat up and killed Charvaka. He died in bed. William Tyndale, who published the first translation of Holy Bible, was burned at stake because the church didn't approve his translation. Next one.
I'm already on the next, yeah.
Okay. Bharat and India could contribute many things to science and technology because of Hinduism, which allows absolute freedom of thoughts and actions for millionaires. Once again, even an atheist has the right to condemn Hinduism in public and still proudly say, I am a Hindu. Next one. I am not going to read it, but I am giving you a picture format of what India contribute to the science and technology. The only reason why India could contribute so much to science and technology, because of Hinduism, which allows free flow of thoughts. And the rishis even debated atheists. Even Maitreyi debated Yajnavalkya, Rishi Yajnavalkya, in the court of King Janaka. the father of Sita Devi. Well, briefly, zero was invented by Aryabhatta, and Aryabhatta also wrote the scripture known as Surya Siddhanta, in which he calculated the diameters of the sun, the moon, the Jupiter, Mars, etc. And he also calculated the distance from Earth to sun, moon, Mars, etc. And would you believe the 108 came from Surya Siddhanta, the number, because he took the distance from Earth to sun and divided by the diameter of the sun, it came 108. Same thing he did. He took the distance from Earth to moon and divided by the diameter of the moon, and we got 108. Just look at the things. I just put 10. There are hundreds of them of India's contribution to science and technology. Next one. Because of Hinduism, India gave the world its first university, Takshashila University, 700 BCE. That's 700 years before the birth of Jesus Christ. And these things cannot be even think by anybody. And students from around the world came to attend this university. There were debates and there were all kinds of discussions in that university. Later, we came with Nalanda University, which was equally great. This is the reason why I do not like. Next one. Next one. So comparing Hinduism, which is science, to organized religion does not make any sense at all. So we have to stop doing that. Next one. Please do not worry about Hinduphobia. I wrote at least 300 or 400 posts in LinkedIn, and 11 million people read it, and they enjoyed it. Nobody came and attacked me or attacked my post. Only thing a Hindu has to do is to repeatedly, like a parrot, educate everyone about our culture. Naysayers and critics will be always there. Please disregard them. If Mahatma Gandhi or Jesus Christ come back, they will be persecuted all over again. So who are you and I? So it is our duty to educate the world about the Hindu culture. Next one. When people search after truth, they automatically end up in Hinduism. Since Hinduism is also man's everlasting search after truth. Scientists like Robert Oppenheimer, Niels Bohr, the physicist, who said, when I have doubt, I search Upanishads. Astronomer Carl Sagan, who said, no other religion in the world has such a deep knowledge of cyclic and constant creation and destruction of the universe. And Nikola Tesla, the inventor of AC currents, who met Swami Vivekananda, all of them fell in love with Hinduism, since Hinduism is science, not a religion. Nobody forced them. Nobody even sent a postcard for them to join Hinduism. For example, Beatles, John Lennon, as well as Steve, the inventor of Apple, all these people, one by one, are embracing Hinduism. Not because we are inviting them or sending even a postcard to join us. But no, Hinduism is pure science. That's why they are joining.
You meant Steve Jobs. You meant Steve Jobs, right?
Yeah, Steve Jobs. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Next one. Only thing Hindus have to fear, fear is fear itself. I'm sorry, I made a mistake. Fear itself. We have nothing to fear. This will be a banner year for Hinduism. Next one. I am just putting all the books I published. Then next one. Am I Hindu came first. Next one. Amazing Secrets of Bhagavad Gita. Next one. That is the Indian edition of Amazing. Then the Hindi translation. Next one. Amazing Secrets of Hinduism. Then these are all translations in Indonesian about my books. 1, 2. Just you can go first. Next one.
This one, right?
Yeah, next one. Next one. And
That's-
that's it. Now let us go back to what we are discussing. So you said what made me interested in our culture.
That's right. And your journey through,
Yeah.
and about your family.
Yeah, that is an excellent question. As a child, I am talking during 1940s. I'm 80 years old. I'm going to be. As a child, I was extremely curious about our culture. And as years passed by, my inquisitiveness grew. When I was growing up in India, my late beloved mother used to read to me many scriptures in Hinduism, as well as she taught me many prayers. I was fortunate enough to listen to Swami Chinmayananda since 1954, when I was barely 9 years old, and listen to Swamiji another 15 years every year. And his sermons helped me to understand our
That's about the
culture.
time he started, right? He started doing the sermons around 1954, I think.
Yeah, he did it in 1954. And he was a young Swamiji. And that is the first time I know that you don't have to, you can really scream when you're discussing Bhagavad Gita, because I know, in fact, I was sitting right in front when he started saying, Klaibyam Masmada Partha, you, Arjuna, you don't act like a coward. Almost my every hair in my little boy hair stood up. I can't believe it. And also, I was so happy. During that time, I read Autobiography of Paramahansa Yogananda. I read that book at least 10 or 15 times. I donated that book to many of my people. Then I also took a 5-year course with Yoga Satsanga Society on the Kriya Yoga and all of the yogas. And their teachings are excellent. And they send a pamphlet every month. And unless you study and answer all the questions, they refuse to send the next pamphlet.
Mhm.
They said we are not doing it to make money, but really educate. I highly recommended the thing. There are others who may be doing the same thing, but in my case, I was sure.
Yeah.
Remember this, when we were doing this, there was no Google, Facebook, Twitter at that time. In our home, we did not even have a radio. This is my short summary of journey through Dharma.
Mhm. Very good. So now tell us about the details of the book. I know that when my kids were growing up, both daughters in US, I found somehow your book, and I got it, and then I've gone through the book with my daughters. I tried to find it right now, but I think I must have given it to my daughters, so I don't have it at home here right now.
I will send you a copy or ask my publisher in India to send you a copy. I think that particular book was, many people fall in love with that book because I think that book came from my heart, not from my head.
Very good.
And now you want me to know more about my book, why I wrote it. As you know, I am an electrical engineer by profession. 36 years ago, writing a book about Hinduism was the last thing in my mind. And in fact, when I told my wife, she said, "You are an electrical engineer. You are not a guru or a saint or something. Just do your job and write in." But I said, no. Then I was talking to somebody once by going with an engineer to a nuclear plant. Then I said, my son started attending a Catholic school, and he comes home every day and tells me the things he learned from the school, like the teachings of Jesus Christ. He also attends a Catholic church along with other students regularly. I had no objection whatsoever for that, since I respect and love the teachings of Jesus Christ. And I think if Jesus was born and raised in India, he would have been another Lord Buddha, because he has so much knowledge about all the important unwritten laws of the universe. So I have great respect for him. Anyway, so I felt my son is growing up without knowing anything about the mother culture. I searched for a book about Hinduism, discussing every aspect of Hinduism to give it to him. I found none. So I wrote from my memory all about Hinduism. Once again, there was no Google, not even a Hindu encyclopedia. So I published a very simple book with 90 chapters. With my own money, I spent around $3,000, which became the darling of millions. Amazing to me, a very prestigious magazine in USA called Library Journal wrote a rave review about my book and recommended Am I Hindu, all public and private libraries. Everybody who read it, all my friends said they never heard of Library Journal recommending a book written by a foreign author like this to all libraries in the West. Anyway, that review made my book very popular in USA, Canada, and UK. I never imagined Am I Hindu would be used in many universities in USA, like in Boston University, UCLA, Harvard, etc., and in their world religions curriculum. Now, you said, to me, tell me about the salient points and the feedback you received for the book. That is another excellent question. Remember, I wrote and published Am I Hindu as if my 14-year-old American-born, educated in a Catholic house, asking his middle-aged father about every aspect of Hinduism. Since my son attended a Catholic school, I made sure I give utmost respect in regards to Christianity and all other religions in my book. I don't want my book to feel that I am very fanatic about Hinduism. So I purposefully put down other religions, which I never do that. I never do that. My book is a short encyclopedia about Hinduism, dealing with hundreds of subjects connected with Hinduism from its birth in banks of Indus, Ganges, Brahmaputra rivers, hundreds of thousands ago, written in extremely simple question and answer format. There were initial criticism about my book, especially from Orthodox Hindus, since I have chapters in that book, love the enemy, born again concept, etc. I felt the critics are forgetting the fact my son is born and raised in USA and he is studying in a Catholic school. So I must slowly make him understand our culture without him feel I am very fanatic about Hinduism. So I felt I will fail my son miserably if show any fanatical feeling towards Hinduism. So in the end of the book, I even tell my son asked me, do I have to follow Hinduism? And my answer is that you have to decide. I am not. You should search after truth in all quarters, like the Rig Veda said, and find your own conclusion. You should study other religious scriptures also. You should never stop searching after truth. That's what I was taught by rishis in India.
So you have also written several other books that you displayed in the beginning.
Okay.
Please tell us about them a little bit.
Since it's 9,000 copies of Am I Hindu was sold in a couple of months, many started requesting me to write about the Bhagavad Gita. There are so many translations of Bhagavad Gita word for word. So during 2015, I wrote and published Amazing Secrets of Bhagavad Gita with 63 chapters as an 18-year-old American-born grandson and his grandfather discussing about many subjects Lord Krishna discussed in the Bhagavad Gita. Unlike other translation, this book is discussing Lord Krishna said about Sankhya philosophy, birth, death, karma, reincarnation, sin, varna system, not caste system, Raja Yoga, pranayama, ashramas, ashrama dharma, creation and destruction of the universe, Maya, etc.
Beautiful.
Each chapter is dealing with that, and also I give a summary of all our scriptures, how it came and where it came. And also I dealt with even subjects like Atmahatya. Why we condemn Atmahatya? I said, Atma means the soul. Hatya means destruction. There is a paradox. According to Hinduism, you can never destroy a soul. So the idea was, if you purposefully kill yourself, it will take millions of births to have a birth of a human being again, according to Adi Shankara. See, everything in Hinduism, there is a big thinking process has gone. We did not arbitrarily write everything. That is the reason why I tell people, before you make a judgment, please read deep into Hindu scriptures. And these rishis were scientists. They didn't just took a pen and paper and wrote something.
Very good.
So, then finally in 2018, I wrote book Amazing Secrets of Hinduism, narrating hundreds of contributions of India to science, as well as many great kings and emperors of India, right from King Janaka, finally to Shivaji. And these great kings, they are really great because not only they took care of the subjects, they welcome with open arms learned men around the globe. When rest of the world were persecuting Christians, we are the only people garlanded. Saint Thomas, doubting Thomas, the apostle of Jesus Christ in Cochin in 52 CE AD, and allowed him to preach Christianity all over Kerala and South India. These things are never heard of rest part of the world. I also made many 5 to 10 minutes videos of different subjects like what happens when we pray? Why did Lord Krishna ask Arjuna to become a yogi? What makes Hinduism unique and great? What are Lord Krishna's message to the world? Is it true Lord Krishna acted like a psychologist throughout the Bhagavad Gita? Who and what is God? What is sin? What is creation, destruction, universe? What is salvation according to Hinduism? What is Varna system, not caste system? What is karma and karma yoga? All these 5 to 10 minutes videos are very with the PowerPoint slides. Actually, I got a Punjabi girl to narrate it. It's, I even sent to some university. They were very much pleased that I am not beating around the bush, but coming to the point. In 5 minutes, I mean, I am an engineer. If I start a project and give a lecture, other engineers will say, come to the point, don't beat around the bush. Same thing, my knowledge of that thing I used in making all this.
Beautiful, beautiful. So I would look them up.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Please tell us how to order the books that you have authored.
You can, hold on. Number one, right now the books are sold out in Amazon after the Ayodhya Ram Mandir consecration. There's a huge demand. But my publisher is printing lots of copies right now to meet the demand. And my publisher is Ruba Publications. The phone number is 91 11 492 26666. One more time, 91 11 492 6666 91, and also 91 11 14322 6666. I mean, maybe can you see it?
Yes, I can see it. Yeah. And
that they are they if you call them, you can order directly from them.
there is also an email on the same sheet that you can show the email.
Okay, emails. Yeah.
Move it to the left, move it to your right, move it to your right. Your right.
Okay.
Your right.
Okay.
The other way around. Somehow it's not showing. I can share the screen.
Yeah, now see?
Yes, now it is seen. Yes, indeed.
Okay. And you can Google it and find the addresses.
Very good, very good. What is the most important message that you wish to pass on to our audience?
Once again, my message is start telling everyone Hinduism is a religion. It is just like telling an elephant is a mouse. Hinduism is an elephant, and everything else is a little mouses running around. I'm not saying fanatically. I'm telling you, after studying the culture, I think for the last 70 years, we are so advanced. I can go to any rishi, or like I'm talking in ancient times. I can go to Vasishta or Atri or Yajnavalkya, and I can say that what you're talking is nonsense. And they are going to beat me up. They will listen to me. When Maitreyi asked Yajnavalkya to give her details about the origin of the universe, after he was about ready to leave the court of King Janaga, he didn't get angry. He sat down and debated Maitreyi. And also, we are the only people give so much freedom to women. Women had every right to do whatever they want. Swayamvaram means marrying a person of their own liking. All great women of India, Jamayati, Sati, Kunti, Panchali, they all married their husband through Swayamvara. These things are unheard of in other parts of the world.
And also
Yes.
women saints,
Yeah.
like Gargi and Maitreyi.
Rishigas. We had 36 Rishigas in Rigveda alone. And see, another thing is that when Surya Siddhanta was made by Aryabhata, calculating all these things I told you, 1616, when Galileo said Earth goes around sun, the church said change it. The sun goes around Earth. Galileo said no, that is not truth. Galileo was immediately banished from the Catholic Church. So, see, whenever you say something, I will say, hey, compare what you have as your culture, what they have the culture. Don't blindly imitate something. Of course, there are so many things we have to learn from other cultures and religion. I am all for it. Just like, to me, love the enemy is a very important thing that all of us can continue practicing it. We have no right to hate anybody under no circumstances. I firmly believe that. See, coming back to it, I feel the organized religions like Christianity and Islam came only 2000 years ago. Even by Max Muller, we are 6,000 years old. Then you question, what is a religion? Let us go through the steps of religion. Religion has one founder, whereas Hinduism has no founder, no hierarchy, just thousands of scriptures. Religions have very strict do's and don'ts. You cannot worship this, you can't do that, you should do this and that. Whereas as a Hindu, you have the freedom to go to a temple as well as not to go to a temple. Nobody is forced to do anything in Hinduism. Number 3, believe their God is the only God, others' God are false God. That's what other religions say. Whereas Hindu scriptures right from Rig Veda very clearly state, nobody, including Hinduism, can monopolize God or truth. God and truth are universal. Rig Veda hymn, 164, verse 46 states, Egam Sat Vipra Bahuda Vadanti.
Ekam Sat Vipra Bahuda Vadanti.
Yeah. God or truth is one. One learner called God or truth by many names.
Sure.
And religions have one holy scripture. We have thousands.
We have a library.
Yeah. If we put all the scriptures of Hinduism in a room, there is no room, enough place to put all those scriptures.
True.
Each person, Adi Shankara has written about 9 or 10 scriptures, starting from Bhajagovindam, Atmabodham, Vivekachudam, and go on. All these great rishis have written many, many, many scriptures. And also the beauty of it, they all wrote that anonymously. They didn't take credit for that. Nowadays, of course, I am forced to write in everything by Viswanathan because it's a copyright problem. They didn't have that. They didn't even care. Somebody took and published as their own.
True, true. But you know, you can, so what you're describing is true for organized, what is called organized religion. But if you
Yeah.
put the word religion, it says relega, connect who?
Yeah.
Individual to God. If that
Yeah.
is the definition you take, then Hinduism is very much a religion. It shows many ways for connecting
Yeah.
individual to God.
See, belief in eternal damnation or eternal hell. That's what other religions believe. Whereas as Hinduism, we do not believe that. The best among us will attain salvation by one life. Worst among us will attain salvation by many lives. There is no agenda whatsoever in Hinduism except find out truth.
Yes,
That is the reason why Rigveda wrote, let noble thoughts come to us
from everywhere.
every direction. Since Hinduism is a science, it allows Charvaka, the founder of atheist philosophy, to openly say Vedas are written by buffoons and Hindu gods are made up gods. What happened to Charvaka? Nothing. He died in the bed. He was not beaten up. He was not strangled. Whereas William Tyndale, who published the first translation of the Holy Bible, was condemned as a heretic, charged with that his belief and theories went against the established beliefs and customs of the church, beaten, strangled, and burned at stake. Similarly, on 26 February 1616, Galileo was formally banned and banished from the church for teaching and defending the opinion that Earth orbits around the sun. But it did not happen to Aryabhata, who wrote Surya Siddhanta, in which, as I said before, calculated so many things.
Sure.
So that's with that I will end. I have nothing more to say.
Yeah,
Because to me, the what everybody has to do more research. They don't have to take my word for it. They should do more research. Each person should do, and don't shy away from answering questions. And I am not saying you have to fight with others. No, under no condition. One more thing. I always say, repeat what Lord Buddha taught us. Once Lord Buddha was walking with disciples. Some person came and started cursing Buddha right and left. Lord Buddha just walked away. Then his disciple asked Lord Buddha, why didn't you answer them? Lord Buddha said, if I give you a present, you didn't accept it. What will happen to that present? It belonged to me. Those people are giving you a present of cursing. I didn't accept it. It belonged to them. With that kind of attitude, we can make a lot of changes. Once again, Hindus have nothing to fear. I always, before I ending, I want to quote this. In the movie Tora, 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 the Japanese soldiers were celebrating the unprovoked attack on the Pearl Harbor on the ship. And the Japanese Admiral Yamamoto came and said, please don't celebrate. Only thing you did to wake up a sleeping giant. That is said about America. To me, that sleeping giant is Hinduism. The Hindu genie has come out of its bottle, lamp, and nobody is going to put her back. Hinduism will go leaps and bounds, embraced by millions. They may not call themselves Hindus, but they will walk, act, think like Hindus. Namaste.
Very good. Thank you very much.